Welcome back. All right, so I don't normally talk much about preseasons, but I think today will be an exception to it because I think there's something to worth notes about the preseasons, especially when they're to Miami. They're doing one of those global preseason tours. For example, they were going to go to China initially, but then they ended up not going for reasons unknown. But in this one, they're still doing a global tour. They start at Saudi Arabia, then traveling to I think Japan, and then going home for a international friendly type match before going into regular season. So in January 1st and January 29th, there'll be a preseason game between Inter Miami and Al Hilal. Hilal, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's one of those Saudi Arabian teams that's going to be at the Kingdom Arena at 1 o'clock p.m. our time, well, Eastern time for me. Then in February, this is where I made that breaking news video about a month or so ago. And is this one, in this match between Inter Miami going up against Al Nassr. That's the match. That could be the final match, and probably will be the final match between Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Because Cristiano Ronaldo is part of Al Nassr team, for that team in Saudi Arabia. I kind of already talked about that in a breaking news video before they jumped out and said that's not happening or we didn't confirm it yet. So more details on that, go check out that breaking news video that I made a month ago, because I did tell some details there. Then next match is Vissel Kobe versus Inter Miami, and that's going to be in Japan, New Japan National Stadium. That's going to be on February 7th, 2024 in Tokyo, Japan. I'm very curious to see this match, in my humble opinion. So I think that's going to be a cool match, in my opinion. And then fourth match, that looks like in here, is Inter Miami going up against Newell's Old Boys. That's, I think, an Argentinian club. Let me just double check if they let me, and let me see real quick. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. It is part of Argentine Liga Professional de Football League. So it's an Argentine football league, and the Newell's is 14th in that conference. I think their season probably finished. Yeah, it must have. And then they're in some kind of tournament. But yeah, that's one of Messi's old clubs, I believe. I'm not, but I do know that is their familiar territory with the Argentinian clubs. And then we get to the regular season. Just to make sure if I didn't miss anything, which guarantee you that I probably did. But no, those are the preseason matchups, and they are, and all those clubs are all international clubs. Two were Saudi Arabia, one is Japan, and the other one, well, actually, one of them is coming up to Miami. So I did miss one. So before that first Saudi Arabia match, it is first match in January 19th in El Salvador. They didn't really say what team it was. In fact, I'm not even sure if that's even an official one. But either way, that's 4 or 5 international ones. That's one El Salvador, 2 Saudi Arabia, 1 Japan, and the other one is at home against Newell's Old Boys. So it's a really interesting international market, really international type of tour that they do. It's kind of crazy to say. But anyway, that's the preseason schedule. as I'm just about to head out in a second. So that's a preseason matchup. What I think of it personally, maybe it's good. Maybe it's good for MLS, but definitely beneficial for Messi, of course. But for Inter Miami, I think they'll take it, or the schedule will be too congested once more. So we'll see what happens. I might do preseason matchups just because a lot of you guys are Inter Miami folks and Messi folks, and I just love the passion of soccer. So anyway, guys, that's going to do it. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to content, because Miami TVG is back. And when he does, he'll be right there with your fair entertainment you deserve. This is Miami TVG. Sign out, folks. Adios.